Embark on a laughter-filled journey to inspiration with this collection of funny motivational quotes. These witty gems are here to tickle your funny bone while injecting a dose of motivation. Whether you need a pick-me-up or a chuckle, these quotes are your go-to companions on the road to success. Ready, set, go. Before you marry a person, you should first make them use a computer with slow internet to see who they really are. Will Ferrell. When your mother asks, "Do you want a piece of advice?" it is a mere formality. It doesn't matter if you answer yes or no. You're going to get it anyway. Irma Bombeck. I used to sell furniture for a living. The trouble was, it was my own. Les Dawson. Get your facts first, then you can distort them as you please. Mark Twain. I have to be successful because I like expensive things. Lisa Lieberman Wong. Listen, smile, agree, and then do whatever you were going to do anyway. Robert Downey Jr. Wisdom comes from experience. Experience is often a result of lack of wisdom. Terry Pratchett. The reason I talk to myself is because I'm the only one whose answers I accept. George Carlin. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Albert Einstein. I figured something out. The future is unpredictable. John Green. You grow up the day you have your first real laugh at yourself. Ethel Barrymore. Remember, today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday. Dale Carnegie. Think left and think right and think low and think high. Oh, the things you can think up if only you try. Dr. Seuss. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt. Abraham Lincoln. The average dog is a nicer person than the average person. Andy Rooney. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Bernard Baruch. The surest sign that intelligent life exists elsewhere in the universe is that it has never tried to contact us. Bill Watterson. A bank is a place that will lend you money if you can prove that you don't need it. Bob Hope. A day without laughter is a day wasted. Charlie Chaplin. By the time a man realizes that his father was right, he has a son who thinks he's wrong. Charles Wadsworth. Laughing at our mistakes can lengthen our own life. Laughing at someone else's can shorten it. Cullen Hightower. I was born to make mistakes, not to fake perfection. Drake. A failure is like fertilizer. It stinks to be sure, but it makes things grow faster in the future. Dennis Waitley. Haters are just confused admirers because they can't figure out the reason why everyone loves you. Jeffree Star. It takes considerable knowledge just to realize the extent of your own ignorance. Thomas Sowell. I don't want any yes men around me. I want everybody to tell me the truth even if it costs them their job. Samuel Goldwyn. You cannot be anything if you want to be everything. Solomon Schechter. To steal ideas from one person is plagiarism. To steal from many is research. Stephen Wright. You're only given a little spark of madness. You mustn't lose it. Robin Williams. If you dig a grave for others, you may fall into it yourself. Irish Proverbs. A man who correctly guesses a woman's age may be smart, but he's not very bright. Lucille Ball. If you reach for a star, you might not get one, but you won't come up with a handful of mud either. Leo Burnett. A clear conscience is a sure sign of a bad memory. Mark Twain. If you hit the target every time it's too near or too big. Tom Hirschfield. There are no traffic jams along the extra mile. Roger Staubach. Those are my principles, and if you don't like them, well, I have others. Groucho Marx. Life isn't finding shelter in the storm. It's about learning to dance in the rain. Sherry Lynn Kenyon. I know worrying works, because none of the stuff I worried about ever happened. Will Rogers. The reason so few people are successful is no one has yet found a way for someone to sit down and slide uphill. W. Clement Stone. A smile is an inexpensive way to change your looks. Charles Gordy. Sometimes you lie in bed at night and you don't have a single thing to worry about. That always worries me. Charlie Brown. The only place where your dreams become impossible is in your own thinking. Robert H. Schiller. I am an optimist. It does not seem too much use being anything else. Winston Churchill. There's power in looking silly and not caring that you do. Amy Poehler. Any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain, and most fools do. Benjamin Franklin. Know the rules well, so you can break them effectively. Dalai Lama. The only fool bigger than the person who knows it all is the person who argues with him. Stanislaw Jersey LEC. If you don't know where you are, a map won't help. What's Humphrey? If you fall, I'll always be there. The Floor. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it informative and enjoyable. If you did, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future content. If you have any questions or comments about this video, please let us know in the comments section below.